Page 128, Fascination. This is a neat piece. I like this piece. I want to talk about a few little things here. Let's start with the right hand. Look at the fingering there at the beginning. 2 on 2. Forget the first note, the B, and just take the next 4. That's a chord. That's the fingering for the chord. It's very common. So what we did here, we started with a 2 just to set us up in this fingering. And that's common too. I'm just pointing out why they do that. You're going to get this quite a bit in this piece where you'll start with a 2-1. The next line down, same thing. Next line down, it's a C sharp. A couple of times, you get all over the place. You'll get it. It's the same basic fingering. Until you get down to page 129, 4th line down. Look, this is different. You have 2, 3, 1. That's different. The reason is because we got to go all the way up to an F. And if I just do a 2 on here, that's a stretch to get all the way up there. So here we do 2, 3. This way we're in this position. And that's fine. Then in the last line, look at that. 2, 3, 4, 1. You think, what? Well, we want a 3 on the A because that puts us in position for the rest of the piece. I would recommend for the A is 3rd finger, but for the next one, for the F, B, I would do a 2, 4. So I can do a 1, 5 and connect all the notes. In the left hand, look at what they've done here. They've got a 4 and then a 2, 1. This is actually pretty common fingering, but if you think about it, it's not the best. It's not the most wonderful. Because what we have here, if you take those first 2 measures where the left hand plays, they're on page 128, you have these notes. That's a chord, an extended position chord. That's the fingering for the chord. In that case, it's 3rd finger on the C. So in my opinion, if you want to use 3rd finger on the C, that's actually safer. Second line, you're fine. Over on page 129, first line, you're okay to start with. Last measure, look out. And they're doing a 2, 1 on the last note because of what the next note is, a G. You gotta come down. So watch out for that. 4th line down, last measure, G, and then you're using a thumb for the F, G. That's okay, but if you're uncomfortable with that, then I recommend only doing it on the first one and then changing to a 2, 1 on the others. So it's, you don't have to stay with that fingering throughout all of them in this case. Then at the end, last 2 measures, you have that thumb playing both, and then here, again, you don't have to have thumb playing both of those. You could do the first one with the thumb and then change to a 2, 1 because the next one, pedaling wise, pedaling just the way they're telling you to pedal it is fine. I like the pedaling, except maybe the very end on the last measure. I like to hear that rest in the left hand, so I would pedal it with the left hand. When the left hand comes up, I lift the pedal up so I hear a rest. You're keeping the right hand down throughout the whole thing. Let's try this out. It's a 3/4 time. It has a 2-beat pickup, so I'm going to give us 4 counts, a full 3 plus 1, and then we come in. You get the idea. So the right hand's here, left hand, foot's on the pedal. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and go, and